Hi everybody, Mrs. Robinson here at the garden. It's a beautiful sunny day. I wanted to talk with you about what we've been doing here and how we're keeping things up, getting ready for your return. We've missed you all over the spring and summer. I hope you still had fun times and challenge yourselves with some adventures to keep you busy. We've been preparing the garden for fall. I'm excited to share with you what's going on, so come on in. Hi, Mr. Peters. Hi, Dr. Rick.
Hi, Mrs. Robinson.
Good morning.
So one of the first things you want to do when planning your garden, what to plant, is to plan what's going in. We were not in person for springing. So when we decided what we were going to plant in the garden, we wanted to go with root plants, plants that would be ready for harvest in the fall. One example of root plant is onions. So here we are, the onions are ready to harvest, and you know that because they're all leaned over. So we're all done here. We'll get that. And you can see there the roots that were down.
We're rolling.
Now the onion's an interesting vegetable. It's not necessarily a root plant. I'm going to pass it over to Dr. Rick so he can explain more to you.
Well, good morning. This is the onion patch of the Elsa Craig onion, which is in the same family as the Walla Walla, the Maui, the Vidalia onions that are called sweet onions, because you can take 1/4 of an inch of this onion and put it on your hamburger and just chow down with nothing but a sweet, mild taste. They're not cooking onions as such. How do you know when an onion is ready to pick? Well, this onion right here has its leaves. You'll see half of them are pretty well dead and dying. Maybe one is 2.5 or green. So it's ready, and plus the the leaves have fallen over like that. So then when you cut that off and you trim off the roots, you have a little onion to be stored for several months. But these are the roots. Okay, this actually is a modified, a change that has changed the stem into the onion itself. So the onion is actually a stem, and it forms the roots, and the stems, as you know, connects the roots with the leaves, and that's what this is doing.
So of course they didn't start out this way. We started out by preparing the beds, cultivating the soil, which means just turning the soil, adding some good compost. After we've prepared the soil, we rope off in perfect squares the beds with the rope. This is for spacing out the seedlings that we're almost ready to plant. We're planting 4 per square. After we've gotten all the seedlings planted, now I want to remind you that you can plant with a seed or a seedling. After we've got all of the seedlings planted, we're all set. We're ready to water, we're ready for the sun to come, and we're ready for the soil to bring nutrients to the plant. After all of that process, here we are with nice onions ready to harvest. So we've harvested our onions. That's how it looks when we harvested out of the ground. Here's what it came to be after we've cut off our roots and our stems there. And this one I've already gone ahead and cut, because today we're going to make salsa. There are lots of different recipes that you can use onions in. So today we're going to get started, and I'll show you how to make fresh salsa. So we have our jalapenos and our bell pepper. Jalapenos are optional in your salsa, but we like a little spice, and if you do too, go ahead and add it. Our peppers here, we have our tomatoes, and we have our limes, and our cilantro. Now I'll go back here. All of these have something in common. I know you commonly think of fruits like limes to only have seeds, but these guys here have seeds, so they're considered fruits as well. Here's our cilantro, which is our leaf plant, and then back to our onions, which are pretty much a combination of root and stem. I love cilantro. We've got all of our ingredients mixed together. Now I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning. So I've got some sea salt here, some cumin, and black pepper. I'm going for a little dash of each. So here's our finished salsa, nice, quick, and healthy. I've paired it with some baked tortilla chips, and we're going to taste. Nice, fresh. I can taste everything in there, so good. Dr. Rick, Mrs. Peters, would you like some fresh salsa?
Yummy. Yummy.
I want to thank you guys for joining me today to make some fresh salsa from the onions from the garden. Just to recap, here's a nice little diagram of our parts of our plant. So you saw where we had the roots and part of the stem for the onions. We're eating from all parts of the plant, going all the way up into the leaves here, like we had the cilantro, and then all the way up into the seeds. That's where our tomatoes, bell peppers, and peppers comes from. So as you can see, we can eat from all parts of the plant. I enjoyed you. I look forward to talking with you and sharing what's growing in the garden next time. See you later.
Bye, kids. We sure miss you.
We had to do the onions all by ourselves. We needed you.